Friendships are important, gentlemen. I know nowadays everybody thinks it's cool to be a Sigma male. I don't need anybody. I'm a lone wolf. I go out there alone. I don't trust nobody. I know it sounds cool to say that, but I promise you that's not the best thing to be doing long term. Okay, you may go through a phase in life where, for 3 or 4 months, you're away from town, you're not near your friendship group, maybe you're just settling into a new city, or maybe you're just grafting towards something and you see your friends less and less. That's the only time when that's acceptable, okay? But deliberately ensuring that you have no friends doesn't make you a fucking top dog. Nah, man, it just makes you a loner. Even the book 48 Laws of Power talks about the dangers of isolation. Okay? Isolation for long periods of time is not healthy. You need friends, fellas. And I would even take it another step and I would say brothers. You need brothers. People that share similar core values to you. Now look, your friends don't have to be exactly the same as you in terms of what they enjoy doing in their spare time. They don't have to be exactly the same. Okay, but the core values have to be aligned. If you're hanging around people that drink and smoke and take drugs and you don't, well then that's a clash of core values. Okay? Or if they believe in, hooking up and, you feel like they're lazy. They don't want anything out of life. And when you're around them, you just feel so uninspired. And you feel their fucking negative energy moving towards you. Well, yeah, there's a clash in interests there. You don't want to be doing shit like that. And they do. And the issue with surrounding yourself with losers, shall we say, is that they'll try and bring you down to their level because that's where they feel most comfortable. When they see a guy out there making moves, let's just say you're friends with some guy, you've been telling him for so long to quit taking drugs, but he doesn't seem to want to stop. And I know it's not as easy as just wanting to stop on, but if you've recommended therapy and, rehabilitation and stuff like that, and he still hasn't done that, well then there's nothing you can do. You're not responsible for this person. They are responsible for themselves as a man. Okay? But if you feel like, hey, this guy, man, he's not taking my advice, you have to dissociate yourself from him. You have to remove yourself from him. Okay? And I know it's hard sometimes, especially if this is someone that you grew up with. Maybe you went to the same fucking lower school or primary school to this guy, and you've been buddies for many years, but then you started to see that he started to take a different direction. You can only advise him, but you are not responsible for other people. Because I get messages on a regular basis from guys saying, man, I want to help my friend, but he's not listening, this and that, he keeps drinking, he keeps doing this. And I'm like, bro, you can only advise somebody once or twice. After that, they are responsible for their own rescue. It's not up to you. You're not his fucking parent. You're not his father. It's up to him to be like, you know what, man, I got to get my life in order. And it's sad because a lot of guys, end up hurting themselves, especially if they're taking drugs and things like that. Some of them even fucking die because of overdoses and shit. So it is quite sad. But, even if it's just your friends love going to the club and hooking up with random women and you don't, maybe you're a Muslim guy or a Christian guy, you want to follow God's path. You feel that influence isn't healthy for you because you feel like you're going to suddenly start corrupting yourself. Because I tell you what, men's biggest weakness is women. It is. And if you're around lots of alcohol and stuff and beautiful women, you're going to slip up. You're going to start fucking around. And look, I'm a man and I'm here to tell you, of course, even I would, if I was in an environment like that on a regular basis, I'd slip up for sure. But that's why I don't hang around places like that. Because I just feel like something in the air isn't quite right. I don't enjoy being there just, like that with loads of fucking people. Nah, man, it stinks and it's sweaty and that. I'm a rooftop restaurant kind of guy. Nice, 5-star restaurant, Michelin star, overlooking the city. That's a vibe, in my opinion. That's a special occasion. Maybe a cigar and an espresso. But being in a club cramped full of people, nah, that's not me. Okay, so I'm just saying, hey, if that's you, that's fine. Find people similar to you. I just feel like if you're a guy that wants to better himself, especially if you're between the ages of 18 to 25, 26, 27, You know, those are very important years in your life. And if you're wasting them just overindulging in leisure, entertainment, alcohol, then you're going to screw up your life. You're going to look fucking shit, right? And you're going to be behind on the promises that you made for yourself. Because listen, you know, every young guy says, I want to be rich, I want to be that. Everyone who's young and has a bit of ambition says that. But very few live a disciplined life and engage in good habits that lead them to the results that they're looking for. It's a very, very small group of men. The majority overindulge in leisure. So hey man, if you have friends right now, that are making you feel guilty about wanting more out of life, maybe they're telling you, oh come on James, come on man, why are you being so serious? Just let loose, man. You know, have fun. You're not young forever. And they'll say shit like that to try and get to you, right? But if it doesn't feel right for you, then don't do it. You know, and then there are some guys that would ask you to go out and chill with them fucking 4 or 5 days a week. Those guys are destined to be bums. If the majority of your week is occupied doing mindless activities like fucking vaping and going to the fucking club, then yeah. And it's like, what are you going to the club with? You got no fucking money anyways. You're broke. You're 21, 22, 23. Come on, man. The priority should be getting your life in order. There's nothing wrong with enjoying the process, absolutely. And listen, I know not everybody's going to live a lifestyle similar to mine. Not everybody follows a faith that encourages them to live a disciplined way. I understand that, right? But you can certainly have fun without harming yourself in the process. Okay? You can go out, play football with your buddies, go watch a movie, you can go on holiday, go to fucking Lisbon in Portugal, go to fucking Milan in Italy, you know, for a weekend, have fun, right? Go explore the city. You can definitely do those things, right? But it's what I'm telling you guys here is when you're hanging around guys that overindulge in leisure, and guys that make you feel guilty about living a certain type of way, those people have to go. And you don't have to be a dick about it. You don't have to be like, oh fuck you man. No, you can just slowly cease contact and that's it. And if they ask you, oh why are you being, listen man, we don't live a similar life to each other. We don't want similar things. With all due respect, I don't feel like it's better for me or it's in my best interest to hang around with you. That's it. If he wants to kick off a fuss and oh you're a fucking fake, you changed, he can say whatever the fuck he wants to say. You want more out of life and don't feel guilty for cutting certain people out of your life. You are the CEO of your own life. Nobody tells you what to do. Nobody tells you, oh, why did you cut your friend, that guy off? You know, you guys were friends since you were young. That motherfucker's bad for me. I don't have to explain myself to you. If I don't feel good being around this guy, if I feel dumber, because you know there are some people, I'm just gonna keep it real, man. You talk to them and you leave the interaction feeling fucking stupid. You know? So you know best. I don't know your friends better than you do. Vet your circle. See which people are good for you. And look, like I said, your friends don't have to share the exact same interests. As in, they don't all have to like fucking football and cars and shit like that. You know, some guys might like fucking video games and other shit, right? And that's okay. That's healthy. Yeah, it's healthy to have differences, right? But it's when they start engaging in habits that are detrimental to their own progress and they start encouraging you to get into those habits, right? Oh, let loose, man. That's dangerous. You start going down a dark path that way. Okay? Or when they try and make you feel guilty for starting a business and not spending enough time with them. Oh, why are you always doing that, man? For goodness sakes, man. Who do you think you are? You've changed. That's a classic one, right? You know. That's when they gotta go. With all due respect. Boom. But on a brighter note, you also need strong men in your life to level up. Okay, I encourage young guys to get into martial arts, boxing, jiu-jitsu, just so that you're around strong men. And look, those men might not be rich financially. Okay, the guys that you see at the boxing club, they might work in a factory, they might work at Starbucks. I mean, as long as they're making an honorable living, as long as what they're doing is moral, legal, and ethical, You know, they're not considered losers in my book just because they're not rich, okay? Because when it comes to ambition, everybody's different. Not all of your friends are going to share the same intensity, the same wanting, the same desire as you. And that's okay. As long as they're not weighing you down and talking shit about your dreams, you can keep those guys. For example, you know, one of your friends might work at Starbucks, but he's a fucking dangerous boxer. He can teach you a lot about boxing. That's a good friend to keep around you. Okay, I'm not saying spend every fucking evening with this guy, nah. But you know, you need people like that you can learn from. You need that camaraderie. Now there's going to be guys that you share a lot more in common with than others. And those are the kind of guys that you will want to spend more of your time with. For example, they might go boxing just like you. They might be into making money just like you, right? They might just share similar interests to you. Maybe they fucking like horseback riding and archery. And you know, I mean, some guys that you're going to meet, you're going to be like, man, are you my fucking brother? You know, we're very fucking similar. Where have you been, mate? Right? Those kind of guys you're going to kick it off with straight away. And you're going to be great friends. Okay? But even if they don't share the exact same, that's fine. As long as they're respectful and they encourage you to level up. Because men that are secure in themselves, in their masculinity, do not put other men down. I always talk about how cringy and fucking beta it is to hate on another man. Because you'll never find someone doing better than you hating on you. It's always guys that aren't doing shit, laying in bed, jacking off all over themselves. Those are the guys that always have a lot of shit to say. If you're a content creator, those are the kind of guys that you will see in your comments section with no profile picture. They don't have their real name. They might have fucking Speed X139 or a picture of Neymar in their bio, you know, and they'll talk a load of shit. Oh man, who do you think you are? And they'll, you know, go off on a run. But guys doing really well for themselves, physically, financially, they will not talk shit. They will not talk down to you. Obviously, if you're being a disrespectful twat, you might get some backlash. But, you know, if you're conducting yourself with respect, you're asking for advice, they will actually appreciate that. You know what, this young man, he wants to better himself. Let me help him out. Because they see themselves in you as well. Especially if they're older than you. Right? Or they've been through the same path that you're currently on. They'll be like, let me guide you, man. Don't make this mistake. And it comes from the heart. They might not even ask for any money. Okay? So you need good people like that around you. Seek them as well. That's what I would say. Go to networking events if you want to better yourself, for example, like dropshipping. Go to a dropshipping networking event, or a forex event, or anything, property. Just so that you can be in those circles around people that want similar things to you. Introduce yourself to those people. Take initiative. Don't be like, well, why is no one coming up to me? You go up to them. Hey, my name is, and introduce yourself. Firm handshake, remember? Wear a nice suit, well fitted. But introduce yourself to those people. Start developing those connections, especially when you're 19, 20, 21. Because those connections will serve you later on in your life. You might get a job opportunity. You might get a business partnership from somebody you met 7 years ago. Especially now, because of social media, you get to stay in touch with those people. You get to see what moves they're making, what new deals they're closing, right? So don't think, oh, I'm a lone wolf, I don't need nobody. Nah, trust me. It's much better for you to have people around you. And even from the perspective of just general mental health, we are social creatures. We're not supposed to be locked away for months and months without any human interaction. That's why many men today are depressed. Because all they do is sit at home, bust their nuts all over themselves, and watch pixelated content. Explicit content, shall I add. Okay? They don't go out there, they don't go to the gym and meet guys and ask questions and how you doing, man? You're looking swole today, man, you're a beast. Fucking those guns should be illegal, you know? They don't go to networking events, they don't interact with people that are doing really well in life, because that energy rubs off on you as well. When you meet somebody who is high value, who is making moves, their fucking intensity, their passion for life rubs off on you. You leave that interaction feeling like, shit man, I need to level up, I need to do more. That guy was hungry, he was already a millionaire, he was still hungry, and I'm broke and I'm not hungry. It fucks you up in a good way. Okay? So yeah man, don't be alone. Fucking go out there, make some friends, for the sake of your general mental health, for the sake of having a fucking laugh, for the sake of bettering yourself, financially, physically, right? It's important to have a strong group of men around you. Some guys you're not going to see every day. You might be close with 2 guys, okay? 2 mates that live near you, whatever, you know, you meet them on a regular basis. That's cool. You don't need 50 people around you all the fucking time, no. Because if they're really, you know, on their grind and they're doing shit, they won't even have much time to see you either. But the time that you do have, it's valuable, okay? It's high impact. So if you haven't seen your friends in 5 days, don't whinge about it, you know? Just call them the next week and be like, yo man, let's grab some coffee this week. Let's catch up. All right? Hope this video has helped you. It's a much requested topic for me to talk about. If it has provided you with some value, hit that like button down below and don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. Catch you boys in the next one.